joy. I can't make this choice. No, Max. You're the only one who can.
This is the so-called Bay or Bay ending. We would like to read something we wrote 2 months ago. It was it's a series of thoughts. So it wasn't like, it's funny you should call it a trolley problem, Genpan. Because no, it's not. The problem with this choice is that everyone wants to weigh it as a trolley problem, while also finding the objective right answer when the choice is actually about whether you accept consequences and responsibility or not. Max doesn't know what the outcome of any choice she makes will be. She either risks it all by undoing everything and hope that she can still prevent some things from happening, Kate's fate, Jefferson, etc., or she accepts the consequences and stops using her powers now. She can't know who will live or die from the tornado. She can't know who will live or die except Chloe by going back and letting Chloe die. It's all risks. Additionally, there's the hypocrisy of using the power that destroys to undo the power rather than stopping its use. Everyone who makes this about the right choice, saving Arcadia Bay, or the wrong choice, saving Chloe, are not actually approaching the game on its own narrative merits and are completely missing the point. Because there is no right choice. Max does not know what will happen, she cannot know what will happen, she either uses her powers again and hopes it turns out fine, or stops using her powers and lives with the consequences. That's the actual choice. And this is why replaying the game hurts the choice, by the way. Because the moment you go in with knowledge of how the endings portray things, you're no longer making the choice that Max is making, you're just picking an ending. When we played the final episode on release and got to the choice, we had no clue what it would entail. We have it on video. I have a big internal debate about what to do. We ended up saving Chloe, what we consider to be the take responsibility and accept the consequences choice. One of the reasons for this is that we saved Kate's life, and saving Kate's life relied on Max's powers. As far as we knew, the other option would result in Kate's suicide. At least now she was safe in an out-of-town hospital. Of course, we now, and this is spoilers, of course we now know that that's not what happens if you save Arcadia Bay, because the game pulls a everyone else is fine really ending there. But we couldn't know that, and we also don't like it, to be perfectly honest, but that's less important. In the ending we got, we didn't know the fate of anyone in Arcadia Bay because the game does not tell us, but we know Chloe is alive, Kate is alive, and Max has decided to stop using her powers, forcing her to live with the consequences of her actions, and that's responsibility. Is it the right thing to do? No, there is no right thing to do. It's a fantastical scenario that pushes an impossible choice on you where the person making the choice does not know any outcome of the choice. But applied to how we view responsibility, it has weight. Personally, we think the Save Arcadia Bay ending is the problem here. Not the choice, the ending. They should have left it more vague, not tell you what happened, like the Save Chloe ending. Because the moment one ending is clear and one ending is vague, you ruin the ambiguity of the choice. One ending shows a bunch of people alive, one shows a ruined city. That's what has caused this near-decade-long moral debate that completely ignores the actual point. By the way, this is also why we fucking hate the ending to Spider-Man No Way Home. Spoilers for that film. Because it's literally just the Save Arcadia Bay ending, but even less justified as a choice in terms of available information and with an even more this is the right thing to do angle. So to close out, saving Arcadia Bay or saving Chloe? The actual question is, do you sweep and hide the consequences of your actions away, or do you live with the choices you made? And that's a question we all face all the time, and we rarely answer it the same way. This is why we love the choice, by the way. We think it's perfect for a game all about choices to end on throw away every choice you made or live with them. And the game presents it perfectly before the ending cutscene. People need to stop reducing it to boring reads. And one more thing. One thing we hate just as much as the saving Arcadia Bay is the only right choice crowd are claims that the game forces a bury your gaze narrative. Fuck no, it doesn't. The game basically gives you the most classic romance choice for a sapphic outcome. Choosing the one you love over the rest of the world. If you can't choose that, especially with the context we talked about in this thread, then you are the one choosing bury your gaze. And then we posted this, y'all would post the Sailor Moon quote all the time, a world without Haruka isn't worth saving, on your Tumblr page, but then claim Save Chloe's choice is somehow impossible to justify in your video game. Come the fuck on. That's our thread on this choice from 2 months ago. We would like to add to that in addition to everything we just say, it is also incredibly common for the media criticism of, well, consider the larger applications, to only come into play when it's about the feelings of female characters. Here you get to pick. Does Mac's feelings matter here? Or is it specifically about the greater good? And that's just not fair, because, like, it's Max's journey in this story, and the story represents much more than just the literal outcome of the pretend place. It represents every choice she made up until this point. It's also worth noting something we didn't know the first time we played through it, but we noticed on replaying. But the idea that everything will be solved, it's countered several times as well. Here in the final episode, every time someone brings up, you caused this, you need to undo this, your traveling is causing this, someone, often a version of Chloe, comes in with a counter argument. You're supposed to weigh this on, like, which reading do you accept as true? Is Max at fault or not? That's also added onto this. Again, there is no right choice. Or rather, there's no universal right choice. It comes down to how you interpret these specific philosophical aspects of the choice. But the moment you try to, like, make it into something else, something about, like, the ideal outcome, where you start to like examine the endings for, like, which was more good, then you're no longer actually examining the choice. You're examining the outcome, and that's not what the choice is about. The choice is about choices. That's our rant. Sorry. 9 years of being annoyed about this. Because, oh god, the fucking Life is Strange community on Tumblr that we used to hang with, and the Twitter community, and since then, sure love to present it all as very black and white, and very much there's one moral ending and one immoral ending. And no, that's not fucking true.